All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chachadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutations, and many blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nick Daniela from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you the spirit with another lesson. I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, this lesson is going to be simply in regarded to this Elon Musk Neuralink success story that is being promoted in the media. So basically, what this is that Elon Musk has successfully implanted a Neuralink into somebody's brain, and it said that they'll give them enhanced, it gave them a neural spike or whatever. And with this, you'll be able to use, like, you'll be able to type and communicate with your electronics, via just thought, right? And eventually, when other people start getting it, you'll be able to do the same thing, communicate with them telepathically. You'll also be able to Google things and get the answer to stuff right off of thinking of it. Okay. And then some people will get their certain functions that were lost in them. They'll get those things restored. All right. So I'm going to go to the book of Revelation. We're going to start off with this, and then we're going to read some of these articles. And it says, this is Revelation 13 and 12. And it said he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. And who was the first beast? That was the Roman Empire. And he says, and causes all, because America is modeled after the Roman Empire, okay? America was the rebirth of the Roman Empire, all right? So continuing on, it says, and caused all them that dwell on the earth to worship the beast, the first beast whose deadly wound is healed. And we have the same type of society. You got Roman numerals, you got the Roman clock, you got the Gregorian calendar, you got the Senate House, you got the House Representative, the Senate. You have the Democrats and the Republicans, which is the Flavians and the Patricians, I believe. So then you have the president, which is Caesar. Then you have the military conquest, the military. That was all this stuff is indicative of the Roman Empire. Okay, so that's why it says whose deadly wound is healed, because the Roman America is doing the exact same thing that the Roman Empire was doing, but with more veracity, so to speak. Okay, and it says and doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And that's when they drop those bombs, right? And he says, and here's a point right here. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that we should make an image to the beast which had the wound by the sword and did live. So those miracles are going to be these technologies that he uses to make the impossible possible, so to speak. Okay, so here's a quick video that we're going to play, and we're going to read the article too. Here's a quick video we're going to play. Not this one, not that one, Salakia. Not that one either. This one. All right, so we're going to play this video, and then we're going to read some of this article.
Elon Musk revealed the first human has received a Neuralink brain implant. The microchip allows people to use technology just by thinking. Initial users will be those who have lost the use of their limbs, with Musk saying, imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. The first human who received the implant is reportedly recovering well, with initial results showing promising neuron spike detections.
All right, so you hear that? It says that they have promising neuron spike detections, okay? So when we go to this article, it says Elon Musk says his Neuralink startup. Stop making that noise, man. It says Elon Musk says his Neuralink startup has implanted a chip in the first human brain, and this was on. It was updated January 30th, 2024. So this is fairly recent. It says Elon Musk's controversial startup Neuralink has implanted a chip in a human brain for the first time. The billionaire said in a post on his X platform late Monday. The operation took place on Sunday, and the patient is recovering well. He added, "Must announcement could mark a important milestone for Neuralink efforts to usher potential life transforming technology out of the lab into the real world." But he offered few details, and it's unclear from Musk's post how significant of a scientific advancement implantation represents. So they got to make it seem like it's good and bad or some drawbacks or whatever. But their real intent is to push this on the public. It says. The company had received approval to study the safety and functionality of its chip implants and surgical tools. Initial results showing promising neuron spike detection. The world's richest man, which is not the world's richest man, and Neuralink founder said on X, the social media platform he owns, Neuralink's first product will be called Telepathy. Okay, and then when you think of this word telepathy, we can look that up. Okay, let's go to, there's normally something here that says, yeah, here it is. So telepathy, okay, it says telepathy is the purported, the vicarious transmission of information from one person's mind to another without using any known human sensory channels or physical interaction. Okay, the term was first coined in 1882 by classic scholar Frederick W.H. All right. So basically, telepathy means that you can do things with your mind without having to actually physically come in contact with those things. Okay. So like you can tell your stove to do this. You can tell your vacuum cleaner to turn on. You can turn on your computer and your phone and shit like that just by thinking about it. And that's to them that's telepathy. But so you can do those type of things. All right. Now it's not like telekinesis, where telekinesis you can actually move things with your mind. All right. But telepathy is just communicating via your mind. So now people that can't talk or people that can't see or things like that, people that they can't see now, they can have sensors integrated into this Neuralink that can allow them to see things. They can Google things with their mind and things of that nature. So, so to speak, everything is basically installed in their mind, like that movie Johnny Mnemonic. There was a movie that was made years ago. It was called Johnny. This was the first. This is the first like Matrix like movie with Keanu Reeves back in 1995. And basically you had these brain implants, right? And with these brain implants, you can just upload things into the brain directly. Now, this wasn't like the Matrix to where you were uploaded to the mainframe. This was you actually being in the real world, and somebody's just able to plug some plugs into your brain, and you get downloaded information. Well, being that we live in an age of wireless technology, right? You're not gonna have to get things plugged into your mind. You just get things, you just be able to think it because you're part of the Internet of Things. So you can just go directly into the web and think it, and it'll happen for you. Okay. So this is like this thing happening right here, just on a higher level, because you don't have wires integrated into your brain. So let me look at some of these images, see if I can find one. So this is them, the VR. They got Ice Cube in there. I mean, Ice T in there. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I see young Keanu Reeves too. I'm just trying to give you a better, idea. But he had like audio video plugs in the back of his neck or somewhere like that, and he can just things can be uploaded into his brain via that. Okay, and then you also have like what is it, Demolition Man? That was another movie where they put on those gargles on their face and they were no longer procreating. They were doing everything in a virtual world like Meta. Okay, so you get the idea. If you want to watch this movie, it's a pretty good movie. It was made back in 1995. This is when they were introducing their plans to the public. Okay, but you get the idea. So anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to the article, and it says. He says, "Imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a typist or auctioneer. That is the goal," he wrote. Neuralink has been working toward implants to connect human brain to a computer for half a decade, but the company faced scrutiny after a monkey died in 2022. An attempt to get the animal to play Pong, one of the first video games in December 22. The employees told Reuters the company was rushing to the market, resulting in careless animal deaths. Federal investigation. Okay, so it says May, and then it goes on to say May of last year, Neuralink received FDA clearance for human clinical trials, and a few months later, the startup began recruiting patients with quadriplegia caused by cervical spine cord injury or uh, amyotropic uh, lateral sclerosis, if I said that correctly. So you see, they're using that. They're using uh, the fact that this thing can actually bring certain ailments that you once had, that you have, to where it seemingly seemed like those ailments are being treated and cured. Okay, so this is going to be a miracle amongst men. So you're going to get people, and then on top of that, being able to, instead of watching TV, you know, instead of sitting on your couch and looking for your remote, you can just tell your TV to turn on and to turn on, and then you'll be able to do it telepathically. I mean, those things are going to be considered miracles to these people out here. Okay, and then you got a lot of people who welcome this type of stuff. They want this virtual reality sort of thing. This what's the word I'm looking for? There was a Ready Player One. There was a movie called Ready Player One where they pretty much lived inside of a virtual machine. So you could. I'll type that in real quick. Bobby. I'm doing a lesson. Go over there. Okay, so this movie right here, Ready Player One. So if you know anything about this movie, right, they were pretty much living inside of a virtual machine, and they're coming to that point to where they want you uh, uh, um, to where you're living inside this machine. I seen something I don't know if I can find it, but let's see if anything comes up. So yeah, you see, they're already coming up with these platforms that allow you to move in these VR games, and eventually they're going to get it to where this technology is affordable and compact for anybody to be able to use this. So people are going to be able to be completely submersed in these virtual worlds. Okay. All right, so we can go ahead and close up with these scriptures. So continuing on, this is verse 15, and it says, and ultimately, this is the end result, being able to where you can't access their system that they created unless you're using unless you're you can't access their system unless you have this, right? And you can't live in this system unless you have a form of this, which means you won't be able to buy or sell or get real life goods because you don't have the means of exchange, which is going to be that chip, that mark, okay? And this is verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast that should be killed. Now, this is going to be an easy thing. When all is said and done, they're going to be able to know unequivocally who has it and who doesn't, okay? Because you're not going to be able to participate in the system if you don't have it, all right, at all. It says, and he causes both all, small or great, rich or poor, free or bond, to receive and mark in their right hand or foreheads. Okay, so you're not gonna have a choice in this. All right, this is why this is going to be persecution. In the end, it's going to be your choice to take it. It's going to be your one choice, you're gonna have a choice. You know, let me rephrase that. You're gonna have a choice, but your choice is going to be either you live in a system to where you have the accolades that the system offers, the fake utopia that's going to be created, that's going to eventually decay and fall apart very quickly, or you can go through a small time of suffering from not having this and depend on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. But majority of the people aren't going to want to go through that suffering, so they're going to take this. Okay? So it says, and he causes all, both small and great, it causes both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, and that mark, that Neuralink, is that mark in that forehead, man. That is the brain chip that they want to put inside you, that's going to allow you to access their system. Okay, that's what that brain chip is. All right, it's going to be that chip that's going to allow them to access their system. Okay, so so if you don't have it, you won't be able to buy or sell. All right, and these are the things that are happening right now, that are being pushed. Okay, and eventually it's going to get to the point to where it's going to overtake everyone like a blanket. All right, it's just going to cover the whole world like a blanket. All right. So, hey, it's here. You cannot deny it anymore. The infrastructure is already put in place, and the system is already put in place. That's all they need is for people to start accepting it, which they are. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Ruach Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, to the next time, Makim Shalom.